Hey guys, you're listening to Xtreme104fm, and this is Tongue Chic, and this is Nikki, your relationship, dating, sexual enthusiast.
I'm Novi, I'm your entertainment guru.
And my name's Johnny, I am the music expert.
So you guys wanna, let's dive into hot topics, because as always, the world of entertainment never sleeps. So, the world has lost another queen. Ruby Dee has passed away. She passed away at 91 years old. She was surrounded by her friends and family with her passing. I'm not too sure about what caused it. I don't know her health, if she had health issues or whatever, but she has gone, and she has 3 children and I think 7 grandchildren, and they were all with her when she passed away. For those who don't know who Ruby Dee is, our generation might remember her from Do the Right Thing. On to baby news. There's been a lot of. This is going to be a summer of I feel like even if you're not famous, it's going to be a summer of babies.
Not over here.
All right, say that for yourself.
So little Kim gave birth to her daughter, and I'm sure y'all heard the.
All I hope is that little Kim gives her daughter the love that she never, or that she felt like she never got, so the daughter doesn't go off to plastic surgery.
Listen, you're right. I get it to you, but I don't talk about people's kids, but she named the baby Royal Rain.
What?
Royal Rain.
Rain? I like Rain. Rain
Royal
is cute.
Rain.
It's spelled R-E-I-G-N. Yeah.
Rain, like royalty. Royalty Rain. I like
when
it.
these celebrities name their children, I feel like everybody's so and then after a while I feel like it grows on people. I think it's gonna grow on people.
Were there people saying negative things about the name?
People weren't going as hard as when Kim named her baby North.
Okay.
They weren't going as hard, but I mean,
I think North is cute. Royal Rain, on the other hand.
yeah, I don't know her last name because I still don't even know what Mr. Paper's real name is.
Well,
so.
I don't really care
Mr.
for
Papers
the
is
royal.
Little Kim's boyfriend, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't care for the royal, but I like the name Rain.
Yeah.
Rain is cute, but I don't know. Not put together. Not Royal Rain put together. It's not. No. I don't like that.
And you're gonna love this, Nikki. Nikki is the Destiny's Child #1 fan club.
Hold on. Let's just say Destiny's Child, not Beyonce. Let's just get that clear.
So, Kelly Rowland, sent a cryptic message on Instagram. She put up a picture of 2 matching Jordans, one baby one and a grown, and she's like, I'll be stunting like my daddy.
Cutesy.
Basically, in a nutshell, saying I'm knocked up by my husband. And yeah, I didn't see. For some reason, that totally flew over my head. She did a performance in this 2-piece, and she was clearly you could tell. But I totally missed it. Well, I didn't see.
I saw some of the images, and I guess from the side profile, I couldn't really see. But then again, I wear glasses, so I don't know. But I'm happy for her. Kelly has been through a lot, according to her last album. And it's time for her to be happy and get her shine on and have an album do great and get married and have kids. It's time for another Destiny's Child member to do their damn thing and stop watching Beyonce all day long.
On to other sadder news. Stevie J has been arrested
for
he owes approximately $1.2 million in child support. And now his property is in jeopardy, but if y'all watch the show, y'all know they were trying to put him on blast, trying to say, him and Jocelyn are frauds and they don't really own the house and that they're living in and all that kind of stuff. But he has 5 children, and yeah.
You know what I feel like with Stevie J? I feel like he does, well, let's hope that he still has money, because he produced a lot of hits, like Mariah, Bad Boy stuff. He did a lot. I feel like he probably didn't want to put things in his name, because then that shows that you have the money to pay child support. I think he was trying to do it, under the table type stuff, so he don't gotta pay child support. I feel like he thought if he didn't put anything in his name, then he wouldn't have to pay this money. But what they don't know is the courts is coming to find that black man for their money, regardless.
Well, I agree with you, and I do believe that maybe he has to have some type of
Stevie
stash
like someone
somewhere
who doesn't spend accordingly.
I don't think he's
like
an idiot.
Paper, yeah.
I really don't think he's an idiot.
Me neither.
But Yeah, I do believe that the house that they're probably living in,
It's probably rented.
I do believe that it's rented. I do believe stuff is rented, but
And
I
he
don't
probably
believe
can
he's
afford
broke.
it. I think he can afford it. He just probably thought if he rented it and it would be in his landlord's name, they would not come after him for child support.
So this is back paid child support.
Yeah, and I think it includes his daughter with Mimi.
Are all these separate baby mothers? Or?
Yeah.
Is it 5 different baby mothers?
I don't know. I don't know his history like that, but I know he has 5. He has a picture of them, actually. I'm going to show you guys.
The only thing I know about Stevie J is that he used to beat Eve, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, when Eve was in that domestic violence abusive relationship, it was with Stevie J.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew they had a sex tape, but I really didn't know.
Yes, he used to abuse Eve.
I want to put it back. But you know what's so funny? I didn't realize how big he was until I was watching Mariah Carey's video. But he was still doing the creep move in the Honey video.
Mason did.
Yes. And I was like, wait, hold on, that's Stevie J.
Yeah, Stevie got paper.
I didn't get it. I didn't know.
Paper.
And it's so disappointing, like to come from that. Like even if you are a creep or whatever, to come all the way from that to loving hip hop.
But I don't think Stevie J cares. He knows he's a creep and he embraces his creepness. Loving hip hop is perfect for a creep like that.
Yeah. And when I went to the taping or whatever, and I was really trying to analyze him to see if he's like really like that or if it's just a front. Yeah, I think he's really like that.
He's really a creep.
Like he was really walking in the hallways like I'm Stevie J, and
he makes his
that's
faces.
When you guys say creep, what do you mean? Because I'm looking at you like what kind of creep is he?
You know,
like there's levels to this creep.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's a creep where like he would rape someone, but he's a creep like he trying to look up your skirt type creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's him all day.
And then so no, actually, Nikki, you would have a lot to say about this story. Tamar Braxton just covered Upscale magazine. The cover of Upscale magazine. She had an interview in there, and she had posted something on Instagram about side chicks, and she I guess it was taken the wrong way. And
what was the comment?
I don't know what the actual post was, but it was taken as it turned into headlines as like Vince was cheating on her.
I keep hearing there's been so much rumors about Vince cheating on her. Listen, until we get some facts, Vince has not gotten caught with his pants down yet. Until I get some facts, I don't want to hear it.
And she got into the point of like she was saying she admitted that she's been the side chick, but she didn't know she was the side chick.
Okay.
And here's why she says no side chick should ever be proud. She was like, I just thought that it was interesting that being a side chick is something that people are proud of these days. I wrote about this in my book, Being a Side Piece. Sometimes you don't know, but when you do know, you shouldn't be proud of it. If you're 100% woman, you should be 100% loved. I just want women to know that, and it somehow became Vince cheating on me, which is sad.
And this is how I feel about side chicks. I definitely agree. If you don't know, it's you don't know, and you got to do what you got to do to find out. I think as women, we should be respectful of other women. So if we know that the man is in a relationship, we should do, if we did our part of not being the side chick, then there would be no side chicks. However, the world doesn't work like that. And there are some women who don't have the attention span to be in a relationship at a point in their life because they're busy working on their career and they just need you for that moment in time. If that's what you need for that moment, for this man to be able to give you the attention you need and you don't really want to deal with him so you're okay with being a side chick, that is cool. Now, my issue is don't go running behind telling his wife, do you know where your man is? Come on. You know what you signed up for. Don't drag me into your
I'm going to
drama.
play devil's advocate for a second. Just for, like, what if you don't know you're a side chick, but then you have feelings? This has nothing to do. This is nothing to do with me. Disclaimer. But what if you don't know? You don't know you're a side chick, but then you find out, but then your feelings are already involved.
Yeah, but it's harder when your feelings involved. But that's when she says you have to be woman enough to know that you're never going to be loved the way you want to be loved. So your feelings could be involved, but he's never going to get. How many people leave their main chick for the side chick?
It happens.
Jocelyn?
It happens. Right?
It happens.
Yeah,
like,
it happens. But
1 in 99.
But let's be real.
Let's stop watching Scandal and be Mary Jane and get caught up in TV life.
Absolutely.
And let's get back to real life.
And I feel like that's why I hate hearing like, oh, side chicks is winning and all of that. Because at the end of the day, are they really winning?
They're winning ratings. That's what they winning.
But they're not.
Ratings.
They're not winning because there's no way that even if you look at, I don't know how fabricated it is, but if you look at Stevie J and Johnson, like he ain't loving her.
You know, I don't.
He's loving
I
the
don't
money he
necessarily
makes with
think
her,
he
but he
loves
ain't loving her.
But I think there's some type of weird creep connection between them, and it works. And I like seeing those two creeps together. Okay, I like it.
She loves
works.
it. Like you could tell, like she truly loves him, but I don't feel like she's not gonna get exact. As a woman, she's not gonna get 100% what she wants from him.
But she knows that,
Which is true, but
and she's playing her role the way she needs to play it.
is that being 100% woman?
She's playing this perfect side chick role.
But is that being 100% woman?
But who are you to define what womanhood is?
I think that's being a perfect 100% side chick woman. Like, that's what it's being. She knows her role. She's playing it well. I'm being 100% well at my role.
And he did leave the baby mama and moved from the house and took her off the pole.
I
mean,
can't.
what else can you expect? He did a lot for that side piece.
I can't. And my last story for the day, Keisha Cole's family. Now.
That's dysfunctional.
Let's flash back to 2006 when Keisha Cole premiered, allowed the BET cameras to follow her, and she documented the highs and lows of her career at that point and the way it is. And it did really well. It lasted 3 seasons, but you could tell like there was some real dysfunctional like stuff going on. So she kind of like, you could tell the relationship has been rocky, so she kind of distanced herself from her family, and now they are seeking to have like their own reality show. It hasn't been picked up by a major network yet, but it's called Family Therapy.
I need Keisha Cole to heal. Like, I need her family to have a seat and let Keisha Cole heal. That child needs so much love and affection so she can be able to give her son the love and affection he needs. They need to let her live and let her be.
My question is like the perfect example of unfortunate example of like when money, fame, and family just doesn't mix. Because sometimes when you're in that, they look at it as she changed up on them when she hit big, and she's looking at it as like, yo, I can't trust y'all because, you know, like when you're in that position, I don't know. I just don't see I don't see this reality show being a good thing for them.
Hey guys, you're listening to Xtreme104fm, and this is Tongue Chic, and it's your girl Nikki. So, I started reading this book called The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, and it's a very, very interesting book. I've been on the waiting list for this book since like December, guys, on the library. There's a waiting list for this book. It's 3 copies. I believe there was like 175 people on this waiting list.
What?
Yes, the book is crazy.
Wait, why does the library only have 3 copies?
Because, you know, the good books, I mean, y'all donating money for the resources for the library to give us books? Okay, then. That's why they got 3 copies.
Okay.
Yes, whatever. I forgot my library card.
Move on.
Anyway.
Okay, Carrie from Sex and the City.
Thank you. Anyway, so before I hit in this book, I'm going to segue and come right back. So yesterday I was on the train, and it was raining, thunderstorm, crazy, right? On the train, crowded. There's this guy. He has to be at least 5 people away from me, but like we're all on the same pole holding on, but like 5 people. So I see him leaning in around the 5 people to get my attention. So I take my right headphones out of my ear to see what, you know, he needed to say. I was like, excuse me. He's like, you have a man? Now, in a crowded train, you're just going to lean in over everybody and you expect me to recite my number for the whole left-hand side of the train to hear. Like, come on, let's be real.
On a side note, at this point, you could say, yes, I do. That's a good shutdown.
You're right, but I just put my headphones back in my ear and looked at him crazy because it was just like there's no tact, there's no strategy with these guys anymore. Like, as women, we like to be seduced, which brings me back to my book. Like, when was the last time you guys felt like you were really seduced by a guy that piqued your interest and was courting you?
Last week.
Oh, well, that's good, Johnny.
Seduced?
Like, he's courting you, he's arousing all of those seduction,
I feel like normally that's my role. Like, I normally feel like I'm the seducer. Don't seduce me. I can seduce you way better.
See, well, the book goes off about the different personalities and how each personality seduces and how you should be seducing other personalities. And it's just interesting to me because it's like, we forget to awaken that desire in the day and age. Everything's so quick and so fast. We're on social media, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, you DMing this person for the number, you know, Iggy Azalea and what's the basketball player, Nick Young, they met on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like Woman Crush Wednesdays or Man Crush Mondays,
yo,
whatever it is.
WCWs be formulating couples out here, like legit couples.
Yeah. But what I like about the book is that, you know, we forget that seduction is an actual talent. Okay. And, you know, Johnny said to me the other day, like, oh, something to the nature, like, why are you reading this book? You feel like you don't know how to seduce. And for me personally, I feel like with any talent, it has to be honed, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't just, you know, I knew I wanted to be a writer. I knew I was good at it as a kid, but I went to school, I tapped into it, I honed into it, and I'm, you know, expressing that talent with some type of expertise. Now, this is what you have the book for. It, like, goes through the personality so well. So I came across this quote, and I'm going to read it to you guys. And I thought it was so interesting because, all right, let me just read it to you. So the quote says, "The opposite sex is a strange country. We can never know, and this excites us and creates the proper sexual tension. But it's also the source of annoyance and frustration. Men do not understand how women think and vice versa. Each tries to make the other act more like a member of their own sex." Now, what are you thinking?
I think that's true. Mm-hmm. You always want your partner or whatever to feel the way you're feeling. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Johnny?
I'm like at a loss for words at the moment.
Read it one more time for me.
"The opposite sex is a strange country. We can never know, and this excites us. It creates a proper sexual tension, but it's also the source of annoyance and frustration. Men do not understand how women think and vice versa. Each tries to make the other act more like a member of their own sex."
They're saying it's like a mystery, but at the same time,
it's like you can't
it's exciting to try to seduce that other person, like to try to get to know, like, you know, like what they want and things like that.
I feel like it's that like, I can't live without you, but I still need you kind of thing. Like,
see, and I took it as word for word. We try to make a male species like understand what we're feeling, and it's not going to happen. Yeah. It will never happen. Never. A man will have an idea of how you feel, but the true problem is we don't tell them exactly what's wrong. So by the time they want to know what's wrong,
they don't hear you though.
What's wrong?
No, I think if we come to the realization that they're never...
Half the time, we don't know what's wrong. Like,
that's okay. Problem number one is half the time we don't know what's wrong. But I think if we truly come to the realization that they're never really going to truly feel the way we feel. We are tapped into different emotions. Not that men aren't emotional, but we're tapped into different emotions. Yeah. So once we come to the realization that they're never going to... Like, not that they don't understand or they're not smart enough, but they're not going to experience that feeling the way you want them to experience.
What would be another way of soloing for, how would you tell that good girl to get with a good guy?
Tell the good guy you are spontaneous and you need spontaneity in your life. Like, I feel like what women go wrong is they don't necessarily tell the guy the truth. I remember one thing I used to always do, and people used to always look at me crazy. I would always tell the guy, look, I'm a little out there. I'm not about to sit here and twiddle my thumbs. You can't give it to me. Someone else will surely be happy to excite me today. So
I've done that.
And it's their game up.
I know. Like, one time I was literally like, if you don't do this right now, I'm going to go get it from somebody else. Yeah. And he looked at me like I was dumb. And I was like, well, I'll see you later.
Did he do it?
No.
He didn't? Oh, wow.
I left.
But I'm saying after he wanted to
got it somewhere elsewhere.
I'm sure after that, his ass.
Let's just say he's hitting my phone now.
Exactly.
2 years later.
Guy, I feel like when we need to tell the guy, like, hey, like I always tell guys, listen, I'm very sweet and very caring, but as soon as you piss me off, that light could flip real quick. And my attitude will go from 0 to 60.
And they don't appreciate it when you're in that space where you're just like, oh my God, I love this person so much and blah, blah, blah. They don't appreciate that part.
It's when you flip. Guys appreciate it too, but they like, and that's the way they get their excitement. They like to see you riled up. Because guys are normally
to what extent though?
It's different for every, all the time? But it's different for every guy. And maybe the makeup sex is probably too good. Maybe that's your fault.
I actually see, and I don't like to see too when it's flipped. Like when the girl is stunning the guy.
I love to see that.
I don't like. Of course you do, Nikki. You're the one doing the stunning.
No, I'm not.
You're excluded from this conversation.
Okay. No. I respect my boyfriend and I do not stun him.
No, I just don't like to see girls like when I know that the guy is truly a sweet guy at heart. I don't like to see the girl stunning the guy, like, but just because she knows she can. But it's kind of like why
a guy does it?
Want
a guy does it too.
A woman
because
to be
he knows he can. So what's the difference?
I rarely see. I don't know. I rarely see guys stunning girls. Like I see more girls stunning the guys now as of recently in relationships. I rarely.
Women and men go about it different ways. A woman will be more out there to say, "You don't do this, I'm out." Whereas a guy just is not answering your phone call.
He's saying it in his head. We're saying it out loud.
Exactly. It's different. Both species take part in the action. We just do it in different ways.
Stuff a woman would do, like when they feel that they have control over the man's feelings.
We definitely say hurtful things. We definitely say, because we know we can get away with it. Plain and simple.
And I was like, literally, I'm like, you're not talking about me, like, no. And he remembered till this day. He remembers word for word conversation.
Let me tell you,
it's scary, like. You know that you're not that type of person at heart, but it's scary, like what a girl would do, like when you feel like you have control over somebody's feelings.
Have you guys
ever made a guy cry?
Yes.
Isn't it the saddest thing?
Yes.
It's the saddest thing.
Can I just say, I remember the 2 times I made a guy cry and physically cried in front of me, and I was,
no, you're not.
I was so emotional. Wait, I was so emotional. I'll never forget. So, freshman year of college. Jeff got to Atlanta, Georgia. My boyfriend drove down with my family, brought all my stuff around. Remind you, I flew with my dad, so I didn't even drive down with the family. He gets there, and I remember what he said and where we was coming from. And he just started crying, and I just looked at him, so emotionless, like, seriously? Get it together.
I don't like that. But then again, I did it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like...
So you know what the problem is with most women?
Y'all
don't like to say out loud that it piques your interest a little bit. I'm okay with knowing that if you cry, it kind of entertains me because I know how deeply you care. Men don't like to see, men will not like a woman or anyone to see them break down like that. And for a man to break down like that in front of you, like, I don't want you to feel that way, but it kind of puts things in perspective, like, wow. Okay,
but I'm not gonna. Like, I do remember feeling like, oh my God, why the hell are you crying?
Yes.
What is your problem?
So now y'all can say okay. Make me feel like the
no, but I will say this though. The person that I'm dealing with now, I would not be that way.
Yeah, the person I'm dealing with now, I wouldn't do that
way.
because I've learned to express myself and say what I need to say in a different way. But like I will say, to wrap it up with this book, and as I continue to read, I will have a topic. The book is called The Art of Seduction. It's by Robert Greene. He also wrote a few very interesting books that I'm going to read. Let's see. Mastery, the 33 Strategies of War, and the 48 Laws of Power. 48 Laws of Power is what everyone talks about, from like the most successful businessman to the person that's starting their
I think I have that book in my house just laying around.
You might want to pick it up.
Okay.
Or you can just pass it to me. Those books are jewels.
Okay.
But to wrap it up, like I said, as we go through the personalities and things that I learned, I will be definitely relaying the message. I will say every girl should learn the true art of seduction because it will help you succeed at winning the guy that you want in the long run. And if not that individual, you will learn, and this is so unfortunate, but this is the real world, to get to certain things at certain points in your life, you need to learn the personality you're dealing with and how to arouse certain things within that personality to get what you need. Because we're all using each other for different reasons. Like, I remember what song this was. It must have been Justin Timberlake and Rihanna. Of course, it's going to be a Rihanna song, so I'll reflect that. But yeah, and she was like, only different things you were using me for a different reason I was using you.
Yeah.
And in reality, we all use each other, whether it's you're in love with that person and you need that special attention from that person, so you're trying to get all the attention that you need from that person, or you need that person to help propel you to the next stage. We're all using each other in different ways, and if you know how to seduce, it's not necessarily in only relationships. You need to learn how to seduce people from every aspect of life to get where you need to get. That's what I got from this book. But when we come back, we're going to switch it over to Johnny.
That's me.
Don't forget you're listening to Xtreme104fm. This is Tongue Chic.
Hello guys, my name is Johnny, the music expert. Now, today I'm going to take us on a ride. Normally I like to talk about up-and-coming music, but we're not going to do that today. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorites, the best doing it in her lane, Miss Nicki Minaj.
Bomb Nation!
Yes.
I'm happy you said it in
Yes,
her lane.
in her lane.
Thank
in
you
her
for
lane.
clarifying that.
I mean, but what else lane was she?
All right, let's say
I'm not gonna say she's the best
Nikki's
rapper.
doing her thing. Well, that's all I'm saying. She
Alright.
is doing her thing.
Should I be
for her
excluded from this
time.
You
conversation?
shouldn't have to be excluded. I want everyone to be.
I feel like when there's a
participating.
barb or a stand involved in a conversation that has to do with the artist, the person should just step back and not say anything.
No, but I like everyone always thinks I don't. I support her. That's my Trinidadian gal.
Alright.
I
So,
can't do.
I like Nicki Minaj. She's such a tease. She's a tease.
She knows how to seduce her audience.
She knows how to seduce her audience, just like we were just talking. Now we know she has an album dropping soon.
Yeah.
The
I
pink
mean,
print.
The pink print. I have no idea when it's coming out, but we know it's coming soon. She has hinted at Boss Bitch. You know, she remade one of those California songs. She joined the Chirac movement with Little Herb.
Mm-hmm.
I
She
don't know
did
who
the
Little Herb
trendy. She's a Chirac artist.
Okay.
One of those rappers, Bouncy, Chief Keef. Probably has beef with him. Who knows? She did the trendy looking ass nigga.
Yeah.
Alright, she did that. And she made a queen out of Soulja Boy with Yes.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
all everybody says now, and I still have not heard the song.
Oh, alright.
You,
So maybe
if you heard
that's the
somebody
one
say
we're
it, you
gonna
heard the song.
Okay.
And you know, just recently she dropped Pills and Potions.
I
So
love.
She switched it completely up. She went so good. She went so good on all these other songs, and now she put out a little hard. So what do we think her album is going to sound like?
But she.
I
I'm
really
gonna
think it's
exclude
going to
myself from this
be
conversation.
different. It's going to be different from the first album that she dropped when we were in DC.
Mhm.
That I would not stop playing.
Oh God, she kills me with that in DC.
Okay, and then she went techno on us with the Reloaded Roman's Revenge Reloaded. All right, and now
Then she brought it to Trinidad a little bit with some wild Pondy Alarm, which I love that song.
Yeah,
So do I.
the whole album was kind of like mixy. It was like she didn't know what lane she really wanted to be in.
Mhm.
But now
I think she's gonna do that as similar as Rihanna does it, because sometimes you can hear Rihanna's song and you don't know what lane she is, but on her album it's always the pop, a little hint of some reggae, and some ratchet music. I think Nicki Minaj is finally at a stage where she's like, I'm not gonna deny my roots,
yeah.
but I am from Brooklyn,
Have
so I'm
y'all
a little
seen her
hood.
look? Have y'all seen her look? Is it
I love
She is
the look.
beautiful.
She looked like mixtape Nicki.
She looks like
That's who I like.
she looks beauty. Novi, what does she look like?
I think that this is exactly what her plan was. She came out,
Okay.
Super Bass blew up.
Okay. Yeah.
Super bass.
Super Bass blew up.
Would you say that was the song that put her on though?
Super
Bass?
bad.
Super
bass.
Super Bass blew
Super
her
bass.
up.
No, I think it's bass or bass. Like
It's
Tomato
bass.
Tomato.
It's bass.
Super bass.
Oh, I thought it was bass.
No,
Super bass.
blew up.
Okay.
I don't think she intended to go to the pop route because Super Bass blew up like so unexpectedly.
Yeah.
It blew up because of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift took it to the public and
You just put me onto something.
Wait,
Yeah.
what song are you talking about?
What,
you got that boom, 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 boom,
Taylor
boom,
took it to
bass.
the
You got that.
public?
Yeah, she loved the song on the album. It wasn't a single yet. And she bought it. She was like, somebody asked her what her favorite song was at the moment, and she was like, "Can I play it? It's not out, but can I still say what it is?" And she said Super Bass. And after that, like all the
Wow,
bars,
I
like
didn't
all
know
her
that.
fans blew up the song, and then Nicki became
What I
crazy.
loved about that song, because there was just two little British girls a few years back, and they
On
were on
Ellen.
Ellen. Oh my
Sophia,
God,
Grace,
that little
and
girl
Rosie.
sung the hell out of that song.
Yeah. You watched that. You saw it when she came. When she
And she
when
surprised her.
yeah.
Yeah, she's cute.
But yeah, so Super Bass. So I don't think she meant to go that route, but she ended up going. And I hated that people gave her so much ish for going that route. I don't feel like she was straying away from her roots or whatever. But in any event, Roman Reloaded was a different type of album, but it was still mixy on there. She had reggae. She had a collaboration with Beanie Man on there. My favorite song from her is Champion with Nas, Drake,
I never heard
And
that
Young
song.
Jeezy, that's my favorite Nicki Minaj song.
Nicki Minaj song.
with
Cameron.
Yeah.
It was hip hop on there, but again, people try to play her like she wasn't doing anything.
But at the same time, I think.
But
she ended it with more.
I like the fact that she took the time away. She always said that her plan was, after the crazy wigs and stuff, that she always wanted to get back to her essence. Yeah. She always wanted to get back to whatever. Because now that she's in that lane where she can get these interviews anywhere she wants, she could, like, she's a superstar now.
Yeah.
So she can do whatever she wants because she literally has a fan base where she could put out anything.
And I agree. I think
they will support
she
her.
has to be super crazy to just get the clout that she has, and now that she has it, she can do her thing. I'm trying to remember, my favorite Nicki Minaj song was on her first album.
Or Save Me is my favorite on her first.
Here I Am is the
That's
my favorite.
Here I Am. I don't know how many times I cried to that. Like Here I Am and Catch Me.
Yeah, Save
Me. Those three songs, I feel like, okay, after hearing those three songs, now I'm like, all right, Nicki Minaj, I hear you. We going through it. I feel you.
Just a sidebar. I'm not even a fan of hers because of her music. I'm really not. I'm a fan of hers because the way that she has a relationship with her fans.
Yeah.
I'm the way that she has a relationship with her fans, and you don't see that in the industry, and I feel like that is what is going to keep her here.
She's the reason why people start doing all this teen stuff. Like she is the reason of that. Like she's my bar.
I was just trying to say, like, when does all of a sudden like Mariah Carey had Glam. Girl, have a seat.
What is a Lamb?
Yeah, Lamb.
No,
when
I don't like that.
When I first saw, I didn't realize I was a barb until I saw My Time Now was her first documentary special when she was first coming out.
Yeah.
She did it on MTV.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't realize I was a barb until I used to watch that for motivation.
Can I say this?
I used to just play it for
I don't
motivation.
think I ever told anyone, but I saw Nicki Minaj before when she was in Brooklyn at this party and she performed.
Really?
Yeah, I never told nobody.
Before she got famous?
She was like, it was when I heard she wasn't at this cloud. It wasn't this. It was college. I want to say after freshman year.
Yeah, she still
She
had
was
her
famous.
Yeah.
And she took it back and did, what is that place? It's on Ralph Avenue. The name has changed so much. Now they're trying to have the whole, I don't even know the place. There used to be a club on Ralph Avenue in Brooklyn. And I was like, how Nicki Minaj is out in Brooklyn in a club like this? Oh, okay, girl, I see you.
People be making fun of me.
But she was super dope and like super sweet, and I should like her because she was so nice.
She's very
like
people make fun of me about how like, oh, I'm a barber or whatever, like, but I really just love her just because of that. Like and people before we went to Summer Jam, my cousin Taisha, shout out to Taisha, I know she's listening.
Shout out TT.
Before Summer Jam, I was like, I'm only going because Nicki Minaj. I'm only paying this ticket because Nicki Minaj is on there. And everybody was laughing at me. But when we left that concert, everybody was like, oh, I love her. I'm like, oh, now y'all want to hop on the bar train.
I'll never forget, in Brooklyn, she was literally out in the audience signing boobs. I was like, she's signing boobs on Xtreme.
When she's on...
Y'all better respect my... Y'all better respect
Johnny, you know I always say, I respect her. She's a Caribbean girl. I always respect my Caribbean girl.
When she's on stage, she be like, she promotes women empowerment. Like she's like, make some noise if you in school. Make some noise. Like it's just women empowered. Like I don't know. I could get into it for days or whatever, but that's why I'm a barb.
All right, so shout out to the barbs. Shout out to Nicki. I think right now we're gonna play.
Johnny has us playing some Nicki Minaj
We're gonna play. I guess we'll play.
I'm a queen out.
Yes, bitch. Yes, by Soulja Boy and Nicki Minaj.
Barb Nation.
Barb Nation all day, all day, all day.
I never heard the song.
Practice for you. I should play.
Yo, guys be really queening out to this in the club, like seriously.
I should have Charlamagne on the radio.
Yo.
I can't take him. Alright, so that was yes, bitch. Yes. I can't with y'all.
Yes. You gotta do the hair movement.
So my question, do you think Nicki Minaj is repetitive though? Like
no.
You don't think she's repetitive?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
No, she's not.
No, because in all those songs that I mentioned that she just released, the Chirac, the Yes Fish, the not Pills and Potion, Boss, she's only just talking about, yes, well, this is what I got, I'm a boss, I'm Nicki Minaj, I'm the hottest. Like, that's
why wouldn't
basically the underlying meaning, and she just switches it up. Like,
But you see how Novia says it's okay for
She's
Nicki Minaj to talk about herself, but when it's okay for Rihanna not talk about herself but show her boobs because she's confident about her boobs,
Listen, we're just not gonna get into Rihanna and her boobs and her, you know, comfort, sexuality or whatever.
What I would say as that song played is what I love about Nicki Minaj is that she makes her sex sound so amazing. Like,
Yes.
Can you imagine what the kind of sex her and SBB having?
Like
he's like the luckiest man on the
he's
planet.
tall as well.
not only that, but her pum pum turn up. Girl. The way she talk about it better be so turn up that it can't turn down.
No,
at no
SB,
point.
that's why he's not saying anything.
Right.
He's laying low because he
He's
knows
like,
he got a bad
yes,
bitch,
yes.
and that's it.
I mean, but
She's coming home
kinda
to
put
me.
him
On the map.
Yeah, like, come on.
She
like,
did.
I made you.
But then together, it's so funny in the beginning.
She stuns him all the time. Like, if you're talking
Yeah.
about anybody stunning anyone, she stuns him
And
all
I
the
love
time.
it.
And it's
so sad.
It's so funny in the beginning. I was really thinking in the like, oh yeah, that's really her hype man.
No.
And then as time progressed, I'm like, oh, he's my man.
That's the hype man that puts it down in bed.
Yeah.
He her hype man, alright.
She
He
said
got
in the
her
interview.
hype.
She said in the interview recently, the reporter almost caught her because you know she's trying to keep it on the low, but kind of like talk about it, but not really confirm it. And they was like, oh, so do you like to role play? She was like, yeah, I role play all the time with. Like, he was like, do you like to role play with your boyfriend? And she was like, yeah, like, I role play all the time. And he was, I guess he like got, he was like, oh, so you have a boyfriend? And she was like, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Nick be playing. If you ever hear this, Nick, stop playing.
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Catch us next week, same time, same place, Xtreme104fm. This is Tongue Chic. This is Nikki. Catch me on Twitter at Nikki Cherie, NIKKISHARIE. I almost forgot my name.
You can follow Everything Entertainment, Everything On Me. Everything is Novi Rose. So Twitter, Novi Rose, Instagram, and my website is novirose.com.
All right, and I'm Johnny. Send me some pictures on IG, Johnny Baby. I would love that.
No penis pictures though.
No DMs.
Yeah, no DMs, just pictures.
Well,
like
notice how she makes
artful
penis pictures.
artful pictures,
But
guys.
thanks, guys.
Thank you.